Good morning and welcome to Tasker Arena. It is time for Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and also on the Eagle 100.5 Facebook page. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment this morning. Jonathan Allen running camera for us as we get ready for this non-district battle between the Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Lady Westerners of Lubbock High. For the visiting Lady Westerners, they come in having a rough season under Coach Matthew Lessman. They are 7-20 right now, and they have yet to pick up a game in district. Their last three matchups, they lost to Coronado 3-1. There was no score reported for their match against Plainview, and then they lost to Amarillo Caprock by a score of 3-1. Now on the other side of things, Hobbs still with three more matches, including today, before we get into the district slate on the 15th of this month. Their last three matches, they are 2-3 as they beat Cibola 3-1. They lost to Roswell High in a tournament 3-2, and then they beat Goddard 3-2. After this afternoon, next up for the Lady Eagles, they will be in Lovington on Tuesday night. We will have that game for you here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, and then they will be in Artesia next Thursday before they open district on the 15th. If you're just joining us, we welcome you in. The Hobbs JV went 3 sets and knocked off the Lady Westerners JV by a score of 2-1. So just looking forward to this matchup today as Hobbs will try to get back to 500, 6-7 under head coach Savannah Stockton Gonzalez. Right now, Hobbs is gearing up for district, of course, and looking to secure a spot in the playoffs. Of course, can't really do that before district starts, but 6-7, you'd still feel a lot better at 500 going into the two matches next week before district starts. Let's go ahead and run down the rosters for both of these squads. For the visiting Lady Westerners of Lubbock High, again under head coach Matthew Lessman. Number 1 is defensive specialist Bella Valdez. She is a senior. Then you have number 2, Lincoln Schleppler, an outside hitting sophomore. Number 3 is Mariah Castahea. Number 4 is Rihanna Canano, an outside hitter and setting specialist senior. Number 5 is senior Juliana Rodriguez. Number 6 is senior outside and middle hitter Emma Bowling. Number 7 is sophomore Ava Mae Cabrera. Number 8 is junior Emery Stice. Number 9 is senior Braden Sanchez. Number 10, junior Braylee Muniz. Number 11 is sophomore Addison Moser. Number 12 is junior outside hitter Taylor Wadden. Number 13 is senior middle hitter Lily Diaz. Number 14 is sophomore setter Jaslyn Astorga. Number 15 is freshman Nayeli Taylor. For the Hobbs Lady Eagles, running down Coach Savannah Stockton Gonzalez's roster. Number 1 is junior defensive specialist Zayla Mitchell. Number 2 is senior setting specialist Kinsey Porter. She does lead the team in assists with 197 on the season. Number 3 is senior middle blocker Bella Miller. Number 4 is junior middle blocker and outside hitter Madison Palacios. Number 5 is junior defensive specialist Ellie Lentz. Number 6 is senior middle blocker Jayla David, who leads the team in kills with 138 on the season, and she is averaging 2.7 kills per set and 35 blocks per match. 35 blocks on the season. So not an average, that's her blocks for the season. Then you've got senior number 7 outside hitter Brianna Dunlap, who has 1.1 kills per set. Number 8 is senior right setter and setting specialist Annette Ray. Number 8 is senior libero and defensive specialist Jalen Strickland. Number 10 is junior right side hitter and outside hitter Kimberly Seidel. Number 11 is junior outside hitter Camry Bennett. Number 12 is senior outside hitter Kendall Cunningham, who is tied for the lead in kills per set with 2.7 per set, has 137 kills on the season to go along with 113 assists. Number 13 is junior right side hitter Anaya Vaughn, and number 14 is junior right side hitter Nora Gallagher. So the teams have warmed up. We are just about ready for the introduction of the players and the national anthem as we get ready for game one of our Hobbs Lady Eagles doubleheader today. here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Eagle 100.5 Facebook page. Coming up about 3 o'clock this afternoon, we will be over at Watson Stadium as the Hobbs Lady Eagles in district play against the Clovis Lady Wildcats. Again, that'll be coming up at about 3 o'clock this afternoon from Watson Stadium. So the teams heading to their respective benches. We will take a timeout for the introduction of teams in the national anthem, and we'll come back and get this one underway. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on this Saturday morning, soon to be afternoon, a non-district matchup as the Lady Eagles with 3 more tune-ups until district gets underway on the 15th. Keys for today for the Lady Eagles and for the Lady Westerners both is going to be who can stay in system the best and who can set up their big hitters for the big boom. Now, I might get a little confused because we've got 2 black and gold teams and they're both wearing black and gold kits. For the visiting Lady Westerners, black shirts, black pants with old gold letters and numbers. For the Hobbs Lady Eagles, they're in the black shirts and black shorts with the brighter gold letters and numbers. I think somebody missed the memo. You're supposed to have offsetting color schemes, but that's all right. As we get ready to start this one, Hobbs will be on, from our perspective, on the right, Lubbock High on the left. So just about ready to go in this one, as it'll be Lubbock High to start things off as the Lady Eagles up front. Looks like you've got Anaya Vaughn, Kendall Cunningham, and also Kinsey Porter be setting up, and the libero in the game will be Zayla Mitchell. Well, Mitchell is the libero. And back to serve things off and to start it off for Lubbock High, it'll be Jaslyn Astorga. So Astorga will be the first server, and here we go on a Saturday morning from Tasker Arena. And the first hit is up, and Strickland gets a hand on it and then sent over and down. Sometimes you don't have to have the big swing. You just have to put it where they ain't, and that's exactly what the Lady Eagles did right there with Bella Miller. Gets her first kill, and Hobbs will take the early 1-0 lead. So Hobbs with the service now as Miller back to serve, and she is up. Will send one over. And then the setup on the other side, and then blocked at the net. Nice job up front by the Lady Eagles, and then set by Porter and Strickland, and then a free ball over just right next to the net. Nice job by Cunningham. They'll set up, and they'll go to the far side, and a block at the net, and a great job, a double block. Going to be credited there to Annette Ray and also, Anaya Vaughn and Jayla David. So Hobbs with the early 2-0 lead. And the jump serve is up. And then back, and then the block at the net. But fighting through that block will be Emma Bowling. She'll have her first kill, and that will get Lubbock High on the board. Now the Lady Westerners back on the serve. It'll be 1 serving 2. As Taylor Wadden back to the service line. She'll jump and send that one over. First touch by the Lady Eagles and Cunningham. Over to Vaughn. Sends it over. A diving stop, and then just a free ball going to be sent over. Strickland with first touch. Set it up in the middle for David in the big boom, and she will toss it down. And David with her first kill of the match gives Hobbs the 3-1 lead. So the service will go back to the Lady Eagles. As coming in for Hobbs will be Dunlap. She'll check in for Kinsey Porter. And Cunningham back to serve for Hobbs. And Cunningham just sends a floater over. First touch saved. And then a free ball back over. Mitchell to the front row. Kendall will set it up, and then it is David who got it partially blocked and then sent it back over and then sending it down. A nice save for the Lady Eagles, and David on the flyover will just touch it down to where they ain't. Her second kill of the match. Both teams a little bit out of cycle and a little bit out of system, but it works. As quick timeout taken by Coach Lessman for the Lady Westerners. 4-1, Hobbs in the lead here early. We are in set number 1. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan on assignment today. Jonathan Allen running our camera for us, doing a fantastic job as always. Game 1 of our Lady Eagles doubleheader today. We've got Lady Eagles soccer coming up about 3 o'clock from Watson Stadium. District matchup against that team from up north that wears purple. That would be the Clovis Wildcats. While we've got a moment, big thank you to all of our great sponsors who make Hobbs Eagle and Lady Eagle Sports possible on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. We couldn't do it without them. Because of those folks, we never have to charge you to watch the games. Unfortunately, too many people do. We never have to because of those great sponsors, and we don't have to beg you for donations either. So thank those sponsors and do business. Those great folks you see at the bottom of your screen. So out of the timeout, Cunningham still on the serve. 4 serving 1. Hobbs in the lead here early. And Kendall will put it over. First touch, push towards the net, and then over, and then a soft one down. Strickland gets first touch. They try and set up Dunlap, and she'll get to it, but hit it too hard and too far and out. Too many Wheaties. And that'll make it 4-2 in favor of Hobbs. So that'll be Bella Valdez, the libero for the Lady Westerners to serve. The jump serve is over. First touch by Strickland and back as Mitchell will send the free ball over, setting it up on the front row. And the big boom put down, and that will be the kill for Taylor Wadden. So Wadden has her first kill of the match. No statistics listed for Lubbock High. But just watching them warm up, it is Wadden who they're really going to depend on, I've got to think, for the majority of their power. And just a little dying quail goes over. Hobbs makes first contact with Dunlap as Porter, or rather Mitchell, sends it over, and they'll get it into the outside and blocked at the net by Jayla David, but out. And so Lubbock High will tie it up as Valdez back to serve once again. All tied up at 4 apiece. Set number 1 on this soon-to-be Saturday afternoon as Valdez puts that one over. First touched by the Lady Eagles, and then back to Mitchell, who will send it over and long. And Lubbock High will now have their first lead of the match by a score of 5-4. So the early timeout by Coach Lessman, like it had the desired effect, as a dying quail over and diving to get to that one was Strickland. Sends the free ball back over. They'll send it onto the right side and then blocked but out. And another point for Lubbock High. Couple of blocks at the net, but they have gone wide. So Lubbock now up 6-4. Valdez serves again. Strickland first touch. They'll move it into the middle, and Jayla David just going to hammer it home right by the back line. Jayla's third kill of the match already, and will give Hobbs the serve back, and it is now 5 serving 6. Checking in for Hobbs will be Camry Bennett, and it'll be Bennett to serve as the ball goes all the way out, and they lost it. So they have to send a new game ball in. They're sending somebody from the crowd to go investigate where that one went. As Bennett, the jump serve. First touch by Valdez. They'll get it to the middle row and then over, and Warden will just send it down. And then Jayla David, just a little reverse touch over. Free ball back over. First touched by Bennett. Then to David in the middle of the floor, and Jayla hammers it home right through 3 Lady Westerners for her 4th kill of the first, and ties this one up at 6 apiece. So 6-all. Here in set number 1, Bennett on the serve for the Lady Eagles, trying to get a little daylight. A soft one over, set by Astorga, and then over to the left side, and Wadden will slam it home. And we'll give Lubbock High the serve back and the point and the lead. 7 now serving 6. Emma Bowling back to the service line for the Lady Westerners. She'll send one over. It just taps the top of the net. You can't practice that one. It'll be an ace for Bolin. And now 8-6 in favor of Lubbock High. Neither team is led by more than 2. Bolin will send that one over. First touch by Bennett to the front row, then over to David, and she'll send it over, and she'll kill it down. Trying to get to it was Castahea. But another kill for Jayla David. And gives Hobbs the point and the serve back, as now Zayla Mitchell back to serve. 7 serving 8. And a net serve for Mitchell. So the unforced error And a point in the serve back for Lubbock High. Checking in for the service, Rihanna Canono. The senior setting specialist. She'll send it over. Bennett first touch. And then to the net, just a net set. Too close up by Kendall Cunningham. And now a 3-point lead for Lubbock High. 10 serving 7. Canono back to serve once again. She'll send that one over. First touch by Mitchell. Set up. And then over. Palacios sends it over. They'll get it to the front row. Warden will send it down, and she'll have another kill. Wadden, pardon me. Don't know why I want to keep putting an R there. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Savannah Stockton Gonzalez. Lubbock High leading this one 11-7 from Tasker Arena. After today, 2 more tune-ups for the Lady Eagles before district gets underway on October the 15th, Tuesday. The Lady Eagles will travel to Lovington to Wildcat Gym to take on the Lady Wildcats. We will have that match for you here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. And then Thursday, the Lady Eagles will have their final tune-up. They'll head over to Artesia to take on the Lady Bulldogs. And then district will get underway. 11-7 in favor of the visiting Lady Westerners of Lubbock High. Here this afternoon, they have the 4-point lead, the biggest lead of the match. Looks like you've got Cunningham, Miller, and Palacios up front for the Lady Eagles. As Canono back to serve once again out of the Hobbs timeout. She'll send it over, first touched by Bennett, and then back over by Bennett. They'll get it into the middle. Wadden will send it into the net and send it down through the attempted block. Wadden now with 4 kills and a 5-point lead for Lubbock High, trying to run away and hide here in this first set. Canono quickly another serve back. First touch by Mitchell. Over to Cunningham and then back over and out. Just too much on it for Brianna Dunlap. So the unforced errors hurting Hobbs here in this first set. Trailing now 13-7. Canono will send another one down. Hobbs putting that one into the floor, and finally Mitchell going to have to come over from the libero position and send it over. Wadden will send it over. Mitchell, good touch. Pushing it forward and then over by Bennett, and Bennett will have her first kill of the match. Or pardon me, Dunlap, number 7. And that will make that 5-point run for Lubbock High. So now Kinsey Porter in to serve it up for Hobbs, trying to climb out of a 5-point hole. And she'll send a dying Quail over. Good first touch, then just a free ball over. Setting up by Porter to the front row as Cunningham sends it. Valdez to the front row to Wadden, and she'll send one wide. And Hobbs will get the point. So Porter still on the serve. Now Hobbs trailing by 4. 9 serving 13. As we approach the halfway point of this first set. The set by Stice and then back over by Cunningham. And Cunningham will get the kill. First of the match for Kendall. And Hobbs now back to within 3. Porter, a very deceptive serve. And has served her well. So now Hobbs on a little 3-point run. And she'll get the ace there as that one just misjudged by Taylor Wadden. So the ace for Porter. And Hobbs is clawing back. Saw this in the JV match. One team would get on a little run and then the other team would match. Then so it went the full 3 sets for the JV. Of course, in varsity, you can go 5. Off a first touch over to Wadden. She'll toss it down as Mitchell will set it, but a little miscommunication between Mitchell and Bennett. And it will give the point and the serve back to Lubbock High. Wadden will go back to serve. There's that Diaz. I'll have to double check. And she'll send that one over. And the set and over and the kill right in the middle. Nice job by Cunningham. And now it'll be 12 serving 14. Actually, that was Diaz. So she has the 4 kills, not one, who just checked in. 2 of that 13 with that old gold looks a little bit similar from up here, and a whistle sounds. Point for the Lady Eagles. Will have 2 touches the other way. Brianna Dunlap on the serve, now 13 serving 14. Dunlap from the left side of the court sends it over. First touch by Valdez. He'll push it over to the left side, and then that one will be too much Wheaties on the far side. That was by Wadden. And Hobbs has tied this one up at 14 all. As we've got a stray volleyball in on the court. I think it was the one they lost back in the office complex. Coach Stockton will come over and corral that one. As Dunlap ready to serve it up once again, she'll send that one high and wide. Valdez gets to it, and they'll go over to the left side. Attempted kill by Sanchez. And now back to Cunningham, who will send it over. Sanchez reaches out, gets it on first touch, then a free ball just sent back over. Mitchell on first touch, then the set over to Cunningham, and she will hammer it through the attempted block of Taylor. Third kill for Kendall, and Hobbs is back up now, 15-14 on the service of Brianna Dunlap. Which team is going to be able to stay in system the best? And just a little pushover. Strickland will get to it. It'll be set over to Cunningham. Partially blocked at the net, and then over to the far side. Easy first touch by Miller. And Cunningham will send it over, and we'll have 2 touches on Lubbock High. And so Hobbs now on a run, leading 16-14. 5 consecutive points now for the Lady Eagles, and a timeout taken by Lubbock High. 16-14, Hobbs in the lead. We'll be right back as Lady Eagle volleyball continues in a moment. The Lady Eagles on a 5-0 run, and Lubbock High taking their second time out of this first set. As again, Hobbs on a 5-0 run and now leads this one 16-14. Back here at Tasker Arena, I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan on assignment this afternoon. Jonathan Allen running our camera. So the Lady Eagles back to serve. And on the serve, a hot one. Made contact with by Valdez to the front row, and then Taylor pushes it over. It's Mitchell over to Cunningham, and she will kill it down. Nothing Valdez can do about that one. Kendall now with 4 kills, and it's 17-14 in favor of Hobbs. Strickland on the serve. So Jalen serving for her 6th point. And just a free ball going to be sent over by Lubbock High. Setting it at the net is Porter, and getting it into the middle, an attempted kill. But right there into the teeth of Lubbock High, as Rodriguez will get it to break the Hobbs scoring streak and make this a 17-15 match. As Astorga back into serve. Hobbs up by 2. Astorga serves it up left-handed, and then just a little whoopsie back over. Astorga sets it to the far side, and just a soft little pushover for Bowling, her 2nd kill of the match. And now Lubbock High back to within one, a back and forth affair. 16 serving 17. Astorga, the left-handed serve. Vaughn with first touch, then over Cunningham, blocked at the net, then pushed over by Zayla Mitchell, and Zayla, the junior libero, will get a rare libero kill, and will give Hobbs the point and the service back. So back to serve will be Bella Miller, 18 serving 16. Bella, the jump serve, puts it over. First touch by Muniz. And then just a little hand shot over by Bowling. They're getting it to Cunningham, and she'll put a soft one over, somehow dug out. Back the other way to the net. Cunningham sends it over and through the attempted block, and another kill for Kendall. That's her fifth. Cunningham and David each with 4, make that 5 kills here in this first set. Miller sends it up, and that'll be an ace for Bella Miller. Got into the second row and just died. Diving for it was Muniz. Nothing that she could do about it. Now it is 20 serving 16. So for a while it looked like Lubbock High was going to run away and hide. Now Hobbs trying to run away with this one late in the first set. 20-16, Miller on the serve. Jump serve sends that one over. It'll be dug out by Bowling, and then right over the net, and Jayla David will slam it home. Almost like she was set up by one of her teammates there. So now 21-16. Bella Miller still on the serve. Bella will jump and send a soft one over. That one going to be set back over as Vaughn right to the net. A net set. Kind of came off of Vaughn's hands funny. Nothing you can really do about that. Nothing Porter could do with it. And so it'll be the Westerners back on the serve with Taylor Wadden to serve. Wadden will send it over. First contact by the Lady Eagles to Cunningham, and just too hard. Hits it off the heel of her hand. Now the Lady Westerners going to try and go on a little run here. Pardon me. Hobbs still up by 3. That one on a flat plane over. Miller gets to it and then sent over by David, and then they'll set her up again, and she will kill it home. One of the Lady Westerners got a hand on it, but nothing you can do when Jayla gets the big boom going. So give it all back to Hobbs, 22-18. And Kendall Cunningham back to serve. Kendall serves it up. First touch by Lubbock High and then over. Mitchell digs it out into the middle. Cunningham sets David. Astorga, then the setup. Right back over, blocked over for the Lady Eagles. And then just a soft little touch on the far side for Bowling. Not a lot of power there, but she hits them where they ain't, as they say. And now it's 22-19. And now Valdez, the libero for Lubbock High, 19 serving 22. She'll send that one over and dug out nicely, then to it, as David will send it over, just a little sideways push through 2 Lady Westerners. Jayla averaging just under 3 kills per match. She's already got 8 here in the first set of this one, and Hobbs back on the serve. As number 11, Camry Bennett, back to serve. 23 serving 19. Camry sends it over into the net. And first touch by Mitchell. Hits one of the rafters. And then over and then blasted through by Dunlap. Lubbock saves it. And then a hard shot over, and too much on that one for Bowling. And so now it will be set point for the Lady Eagles on the serve of Camry Bennett. 24 serving 19. Camry sends the floater over. Set at the net by Astorga. And then over to Diaz. Dug out by Cunningham. Then into the middle, and a shot back and through, and winning that one is Brianna Dunlap. As Hobbs will win the first set 25-19. over the Lady Westerners of Lubbock High. So we'll take a timeout, come back for set number 2. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel at HobbsAmerica.com. Back here at Tasker Arena, the Hobbs Lady Eagles winning set 1, 25-19 over the Lady Westerners of Lubbock High. For Hobbs in that first set, Jayla David absolutely dominant. 8 kills in the first set for Jayla. Kendall Cunningham had 5. Brianna Dunlap with 2. Zayla Mitchell even had a kill. Anaya Vaughn and Jayla David each with a block. Bella Miller and Kinsey Porter both with aces in that first set. On the other side, leading the kill parade was Lily Diaz. She had 4 kills. Emma Bowling with 3. She also had an ace, a kill for Juliana Rodriguez as well. So the Lady Eagles with the early 1-0 lead as we go to set number 2 here at Tasker Arena. Of course, the Hobbs JV getting the 2-1 win before this one. Went the full 3 sets before Hobbs pulling it out at the end, 15-13 in that final set in the JV match. So Jalen Strickland will lead the serve parade for the Lady Eagles, as Hobbs has the service here in set number 2. Waiting for everybody to check in and the officials to say, all right, let's go. And here we go as Strickland back to serve. Jalen did serve 6 points in that first set. Getting it over to the front row and sent over. And that one will be out and touched by Hobbs and tipped. So that'll give Wadden the kill, her second of the match. And an early 1-0 lead. As Wadden to serve, sends it over. Mitchell first touch. He'll get it over to Kendall, and she'll send it down. The attempted kill. It was touched a couple of times. And so Cunningham gives Hobbs the point and the serve back. Just kind of put that one where nobody could handle it. As checking in for Lubbock will be Maria Castahea. And the Lady Eagles on the serve. That one going to be tight to the net. Sent over by Astorga. Hobbs keeps it alive, then over to Cunningham. Dug out. Astorga setting it. And then the kill slammed home by Bowling. Her 4th kill of the match, and Lubbock High the early 2-1 lead. And it'll be Valdez back to serve. 2 serving 1. Just underway, second set. Hobbs leading 1-0. Valdez will send it over. And then it will be Anaya Vaughn, but we're going to have a net violation on Vaughn. So the unforced error on the Lady Eagles. Now Lubbock High up 3-1. Valdez to serve. Mitchell first touch. Then get it over to Cunningham. Just the soft little kill, somehow saved by Lubbock. As getting a hand on it and keeping it alive was Lily Diaz. And just kind of in no woman's land right along the net. Nobody could get to it. And so Hobbs will have the service back. It'll be 2 serving 3 and Cunningham to serve. Kendall sends it over. Valdez to the net, and then they'll get it over to Diaz, and she will hammer it home. But she'll have a foot fault, looks like there. And so Hobbs ties it up at 3 apiece. So Cunningham back on the serve again. We are all tied here in the early stages of set number 2. Valdez sends it into the rafters, and they'll send it over to the right side. Nice contact, and then it'll stay in. And a long excuse me as Zayla Mitchell had to dig out a fastball and gets it, and somehow it sneaks in on the near sideline. And will give Hobbs the 4-3 lead. You see, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and well, it was good to get to that one, and it was lucky that it stayed in. And then just a little soft jump serve. A service error for Cunningham ties it back up at 4 apiece. And Lubbock High win bowling on the serve now, all tied at 4. Bowling sends it over. Strickland first contact, then just a little pushover. And a free ball sent back over. Now the set to Bennett. And whistle, and yep, we'll have a palm ball. So Lubbock High goes back into the lead. Now 5 serving 4. Bowling back to serve once again. She'll send that one over. First contact. And then sent over the free ball by David. Trying to set it up in the middle for Diaz, and she'll push it over. Cunningham digs it to Valdez, who will set it to Bennett, who will send it back over. Bennett to Cunningham, then over to Vaughn, and Vaughn will try to kill it, but too far out. And 6-5 now, or rather 6-4 in favor of Lubbock. So the Lady Westerners trying to go on a run here. As Bowling hits the top of the net, not much Hobbs can do about it. We'll have a getting up underneath it. Can't do that, but it was a good job by Hobbs just to do anything. Lady Eagles to get that one as it clipped the top of the net. They saved it from being an ace. As Bowling will send that one over, a hard shot right at Bennett. She'll have first contact, and then she'll send the free ball over. They'll set it into the middle as Astorga sends it over. Then the setup at the net, and Jayla David tries to slam it home and will. So Jayla David will break the scoring run for the Lady Westerners and give Hobbs the service back. And checking in to serve will be Ellie Lentz. So Lentz on to serve for Hobbs. As the junior sends it over, a lot of spin on that one. Lubbock High tries to recover as Diaz will send it back over. Lentz, first touch, and then over to Jayla David, and she is going to be blocked in the middle. The block by Diaz. And puts Lubbock back up by 3, 8-5. Now on to serve Rihanna Canono. Canono, one of the more consistent servers in that first set for Lubbock. To David, just a little punch over. Line, they'll get it over, and they'll get it to Diaz, who tries to kill it down and too far out. And Hobbs will take back over. Now 6 serving 8 as Zayla Mitchell back to serve. Zayla gets it over the top of the net. They work it to the far side, and too much as Wanden tried to send it over and sends it out. Now it'll be 8 serving 7, or rather 7 serving 8, as Zayla Mitchell trying to get this one tied up. A good serve over. Somehow Lubbock High saves it. Diaz will just have to send the free ball over. Mitchell will set it to Cunningham and then over to Miller, who will send it back over. Now they'll work it to the other side. And on first contact, Kendall, instead of setting it, tried to just send it over close to the net, and hard to make that work. And it'll go back to Lubbock High, now 9 serving 7 with Diaz to serve. To the net, they'll set it right there, and then just a little punch over by Miller. Hobbs will take the free ball back, then to Dunlap. Wadden will dig it out to Diaz, and then Taylor over. Mitchell going to have to send one from the back row and over. And so Lubbock High now up 10-7, their biggest lead of the match. As Diaz, just a little soft one. Miller to Cunningham, to Palacios, and too much. Now 11-7. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Savannah Stockton-Gonzalez, with Hobbs now trailing by 4. 11-7 is our score. As we hit the midway point of this second set, we'll return momentarily as Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball continues on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel at hobbsamerica.com. Back here at Tasker Arena out of the Hobbs timeout. Lubbock on the serve of Lily Diaz trying to run away and hide. They now lead 11-7 as Diaz will put a soft one over, and we'll have a whistle sound, and we'll have a rotation violation on the Lady Eagles. So another unforced error. And now Lubbock leads by 5, their biggest not only of the set but of the match. Diaz will put it back over. First touch by Mitchell to the front row. Get it over to Dunlap, who will send it back over on the attempted kill. Astorga just going to have to send the free ball over. Cunningham on the set, and then over an attempted kill on the far side by Palacios. Just Lubbock sending the free ball back over. And now Cunningham just a little push over, and then a quick shot back over by Lubbock High, and then over to Dunlap. Diaz gets a piece of it, and it will hit the rafters, and then a free ball over, and Hobbs will break it on a rafter clunker. But that was a good serve back over. Is good hustle by Lubbock High to get it, as it kind of came off the hands of Diaz a little bit funny. So Hobbs back on the service as they'll set it over to the far side. It'll be a kill over on that far side for Rodriguez, her second kill of the match. Pardon me. As Lubbock High now back on the attack with Astorga back to serve, now leading 13-8. Dug out by the Lady Eagles, then set at the front row. And just a little punch over by Cunningham, and then a kill, a soft one by Wadden. That'll be her third kill. They just kind of played volley at the net for a little while. So now 14-8 in favor of the Lady Westerners. So Astorga sends it over. Miller first contact. Setting it over onto the left side. Just a little push over. Astorga sets it. Wadden just a little push over into no woman's land. Dug out by Cunningham and then sent back over by Strickland. Now over and the block at the net. Nice job by the Lady Eagles. Don't think it cleared the net on the attempted kill by Rodriguez. And so Hobbs will get the serve back. Need to go on a run here as Strickland back to serve. And Hobbs trails by 5, trying to get back into it. Wadden with first touch. And then Lubbock will send it back over to Anaya Vaughn and blocked at the net. Double block in the kill by Rodriguez and Bowling. Now 15-9, and Lubbock back on the serve. So Wadden will send it over and an ace. That one got over the net and then just went straight to the floor. A sinker ball. If you can hit one of those in volleyball, I don't know if you officially can, but that's sure what that one just looked like. Cleared the net and then just died. Still was moving pretty good. So Wadden, 16 serving 9 to the front of the net, and then just a little pushover and a kill by Bella Miller. Her second kill of the match. Gets Hobbs into double figures, but trailing by 6, and Miller back to serve. Second set, Hobbs leads 1-0. Miller will send it over, then Wadden. Left hitter position, and she will get another kill as Hobbs attempted to block it. She went through him. That's her 4th block of the match. So now 17-10 with Bella Valdez back to serve for the Lady Westerners. So the jump serve will clear to the front row and then to Jayla David, who just hammers it home from the middle hitter position. Jayla now with 10 kills in the match, and that's what they're going to need if they're going to get back into this one trailing by 6. 11 serving 17. Dunlap back to serve. As the officials clear Brianna to serve it up. Dunlap sends a dying Quail over. That'll be a service point for her and an ace. And Hobbs claws back to within 5. So that one cleared the net between everybody and then just went whoop, clunk. Almost indefensible if you can get that one every time. Dunlap will send that one over. There to dig it out was Valdez, and then over Wadden. Mitchell to the front to David, and she'll send just a little sideways slam down and a kill, and winds up going up a little awkwardly and lands on the floor, but she'll have her 11th kill, and Hobbs back to within 4, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Lessman. 17-13, second set in favor of Lubbock High, but Hobbs leading 1-0. Getting late in the second set. We'll be back in 30 seconds as Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a moment. Back here at Tasker Arena, the Lady Westerners taking a timeout as Hobbs trying to mount a comeback. Now 13 serving 17. And Dunlap still on the serve for Hobbs. Hobbs at one point trailed by as much as 7. Now they've gotten it back to within 4. Valdez on the first touch. They'll get it to Diaz, and she'll just send a soft one up and over for her 5th kill of the match. And breaks the Hobbs momentum. And that will give Bowling the serve for the Lady Westerners, 18-13. First contact. Mitchell saves it and then sent over by Strickland on the free ball. Send it in the front for Diaz, and she'll just hammer that one home past Cunningham. Another kill for Lily Diaz, now 19-13. As that one going out into the foyer. And Cunningham will go get that one corralled before it gets to the concession stand. You just wanted some popcorn. Sorry, volleyball, you got to keep working for a little while. Bowling will send it over, and that one is an ace. No, they're going to say just long. So the error goes just long, and Hobbs will get it back, but trailing by 5. 14 serving 19. Then to serve will be Ellie Lentz. Lentz normally a very good server for the Lady Eagles. They're going to need her here, trailing by 5. She'll send that one over with some goofy spin on it. Lubbock gets to it, and then Diaz will send a soft one over. Dug out by Cunningham and then over. Bowling first contact for Lubbock High, then to Astorga. Hit that one kind of funny off of her fingers, and they're going to say net violation on Lubbock. So Hobbs back to within 4. And Lynn's back to serve once again. 15 serving 19. Hot shot over. Bowling sends that one. Cunningham will set it to David. And David will push it over as they got 2 touches out of it, but I don't think you credit that as a kill. But if Jayla doesn't hit that one as hard as it does, and just kind of a defensive touch on that one that let him get the second touch on it, either way, it's a point for Hobbs. Now 16 serving 19, and Lentz too much on it. And so Lubbock will get the point and the serve back, leading 20-16. So Rihanna Canano on to serve for Lubbock. She'll put that one over. Mitchell to Cunningham to David. Back over as they'll set that one. And then the block at the net for David, but it goes wide. So the Lady Eagles have had 3 or 4 of those where they've been there for the block, but it's gone wide, coming back over. Mitchell, then to Cunningham, then to David. Jayla sends it down. Somehow it'll be saved by Valdez. And then over into no woman's land. Just a little pushover for Wadden. That'll be her 5th kill of the match. And now it's 22-16, and Coach Stockton Gonzalez going to take her second time out. 22-16, Lubbock High in the lead. We'll be back to wrap up the second set in just a minute as Lady Eagle Volleyball continues on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Out of the Lady Eagles timeout, they trail set number 2, 22-16 to the Lady Westerners of Lubbock High. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Jonathan Allen running camera this afternoon. So Kanono back to serve out of the timeout, and that one will clear the net somehow, and Kanono gets one to clear, and I think Hobbs thought that one was going into the net, and instead nobody can get to it. And Lubbock High now within 2 points of winning set number 2. Kanono will send that one over. Another one that clips the top of the net. Hobbs does a better job with this one as David sends the free ball back over as they try and get it to Diaz. Hobbs gets to it, over to Dunlap. She'll send it over. Valdez to the middle with Diaz, and she will have another kill. That is her 7th kill of the match. And now it will be Kanono serving for set point. 24-16. Lubbock High in the lead here in set number 2. And Kanono sends a wobbler over. Hobbs will set it to David, and she'll hammer it down, but Valdez will dig it out. To Wadden. Back to Valdez, who sends the free ball over. Into the middle with David. She'll send it over, and then it will go over and just die. A couple of Lady Westerners right there, but very tight to the net. So now Hobbs has got to go on a heck of a run here with Zayla Mitchell serving. It is still set point for Lubbock High. Wadden with the free ball over. Mitchell to the net where Cunningham sets it. And then just a pushover and a kill for Bella Miller, her third. So Hobbs not going away yet. Here in set number 2, trying to storm back. Trailing by 6. Miller sends that one, and that will do it. So Mitchell, with the service error, makes it 25-18 in set number 2. So we'll be back for set number 3 right after this. We're all tied at 1 set apiece as Lady Eagle Volleyball continues here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena, gearing up for set number 3 as we are tied at 1 set apiece. Hobbs winning set 1, 25-19. Lubbock High winning set 2, 25-18. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment this afternoon. Jonathan Allen running our camera. This is game 1 of our Lady Eagles doubleheader. Coming up at 3 this afternoon from Watson Stadium, it'll be the Lady Eagles and the Clovis Lady Wildcats out on the soccer pitch. Big district matchup for the 12-3 Lady Eagles. We'll have that for you again about 3 o'clock here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com, the Eagle 100.5 Facebook page, I believe, as well. So Lubbock High will serve it. That's going to be underway here in set number 3. So first touch by Strickland, then over to Cunningham. She'll send one down. It'll be dug out by Astorga, and then over to Wadden. Then back, sending it as Cunningham, the free ball over. Lubbock High trying to get back into system. And Wadden will send that one over, and nothing the Lady Eagles can do about it, as Lubbock High will take the early 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Of course, because it's tied at 1, we are guaranteed a set 4. Both teams want to be the one in the lead going into that one. Strickland with first contact. to the front row, and Cunningham sends it over, and the net violation. So Hobbs ties it up at 1 apiece as Bella Miller to serve it up first for the Lady Eagles here in set 3. Miller sends it over. Wadden hits it, but it goes wonky over into the stands. And so Hobbs will take the 2-1 lead. Miller sends a sidewinder that is hit by Rodriguez, and then over to Wadden, partially blocked at the net. Hobbs will send it back over with Strickland on the free ball. Somehow Lubbock will keep it alive, and then Strickland will dig it out. Going to the front row with Porter, and then over by David, and then just a little emergency pushover. Lubbock keeps it alive. Pretty good volley and rally going here, and a block at the net by the Lady Eagles. Good job by David and Palacios, and then back over but out as Rodriguez tried to get the kill but just sent it wide. And so Hobbs with the 3-1 lead here in set number 3. Each team winning a set. So Miller on to send it over. As Wadden will send that one wide. So Hobbs up by 3, now 4-1. Here in set number 3. And that one hits the top of the net and goes out. Yep, it hit the sticks. So a service error. 4-2 here early in set number 3. So Wadden on to serve now. Back to the Lady Westerners. She'll send it over, dug out by Mitchell, and goes right to the net. Tight set. Nothing Hobbs can do about it. And Lubbock High cuts it to within 1. Early going, third set. Wadden will send a hot shot over, then set at the net. Cunningham has to lean back to get that one. They'll set it for Wadden, partially blocked at the net, but she'll get the kill. She's got 6 kills in the match now, and we are all tied up at 4 apiece. Pardon me, that was Bowling with the kill. Wadden serving. So she'll send it over into the front row and to Jayla. Then pushed back on to the net, somehow saved by Lubbock High, but it'll be out. That one goes into the net, and I don't know quite how Schleppler got it back over, but she did. As Dunlap will check in for Porter as Cunningham goes back to serve. With Hobbs leading this one 5-4. Cunningham with the jump serve. They'll get it to the front row with Astorga. Then over to Rodriguez. Mitchell, first contact. Set, and then a whistle, and 2 hits for Hobbs. Another unforced error ties it up at 5 apiece. So Valdez will go back to serve as she comes in for Rodriguez. 5 serving 5. Lubbock High on the serve. The jump serve dug out by Strickland. Then Dunlap sent over on the free ball by Cunningham. And then that one is going to find its way in. A long kill for Schleppler. Makes this one a 6-5 Lubbock advantage here in set number 3. First contact by Strickland on the serve. And then Mitchell sends it over and gets one over and through. You don't often see the libero get a kill, but Mitchell's got 3 of them and ties it up at 6 apiece. As coming back in for Hobbs will be Anaya Vaughn. And back to serve will be Camry Bennett. So Bennett looks to serve it up, and she will send it over, and we've got a rotation violation for Hobbs. So another unforced error for the Lady Eagles. They've had a couple of those. As Bowling on the serve after the error. 7 serving 6. Dunlap sends it over. He will set it far side. Cunningham digs it out. And back over. Hobbs will take it out with Bennett, then setting it for David at the front, and David will just hammer it home. Jayla with 12 kills so far in the match. Ties this one back at 7 and gives Hobbs the serve back with Mitchell. Taylor will check back in for the Lady Westerners, comes in for Astorga. I think Hobbs making sure that they're in the right places. The official going to come over and check the rotations. It cost Hobbs a minute ago. David going to come out and Miller going to come in. So I think they got it all worked out and figured out where they needed to be. So Mitchell to serve. So the big jump serve will go over, and it's hit by Valdez, but right back into the net. And Zayla Mitchell gives Hobbs back the lead, 8-7. Mitchell goes as far back in Task Arena as you can, and then the long running jump serve. Sends that one over. Diaz with first contact, and then Diaz will send it back over. Mitchell dives and will get that one, and who got it? They pointed to Hobbs, then they pointed to Lubbock, and they decide Lubbock got it. On a violation by the Lady Eagles, so all tied up at 8. As Canono, her turn in the rotation to serve it up. Mitchell to Cunningham, and then the kill shot down by Miller, but too long. It was very close from up here. Hobbs did a nice job setting it, but then it just, Miller not able to get it to squeak inside the line. Side out. Canono sends it. First contact by Bennett, and then Bennett will send the free ball back over. Setting it up on the front row. Diaz going to be blocked at the net. Nope. As it went down between two Lady Eagles. Diaz with her 8th kill. And Canono continues on service. Now 10-8. Lubbock High, their biggest lead of the third set. Canono the jump serve. Mitchell digs it out. Then over to Cunningham, and she'll kill it down. Or pardon me, that was Dunlap. So her 3rd kill of the match. Gives Hobbs the serve back as Kinsey Porter will check in to serve. And she will come in for Dunlap. You've got Cunningham and Vaughn on the front row. Oh, back the other way, pushing it forward is Porter. Trying to get it to Cunningham for the kill, but just mistimes the jump. And now it is 11-9 in favor of Lubbock High with Diaz back to serve. Diaz just sends a soft one over. Bennett. Then it'll become to Cunningham, and Kendall will kill that one down. Her 7th kill of the match. This third set has just kind of been back and forth, back and forth. Neither team really able to ever get just a whole lot of rhythm going. So now Jalen Strickland on service for the Lady Eagles. That's Valdez on first contact, then to Astorga. Zayla pops it up. That one came off the fingers a little bit funny. Over to Cunningham, and she'll have another kill. And ties the match up at 11 apiece. So 11 all, your middle portion of your third set, tied at 1 set apiece. Non-district action from Tasker Arena this afternoon. Strickland with a sidewinder over, and then just a little pushover. Somehow Mitchell gets to it, digs it out, saves it, sends the free ball over. Hobbs going to scramble to get back into their rotation. They'll save it, and Cunningham sends it over, and we'll have another kill as nothing that Taylor and Rodriguez can do about that one. And Hobbs will have their first lead of the third set. Strickland to serve, 12 serving 11. To Warden to Rodriguez as she'll push it over. Partial block, then Hobbs keeps it alive, and then Cunningham just a soft one over. Trying to get it to Wadden, and she'll put it over. Mitchell pops it up, then the set by Porter, and then another kill for Cunningham. Didn't get the big swing on it, just pushed it over, and the way it went in right into the chest of Wadden, nothing she could do about it. Now 13-11, and timeout taken by Lubbock with Hobbs in the lead, 13-11, set 3. We'll be back. More Lady Eagle volleyball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. And welcome back to Tasker Arena. Lady Eagles on a bit of a run here, have taken the lead 13-11 out of the Lady Westerner timeout. Strickland still on the serve for Hobbs. She'll send that one over. Valdez will dig it. They'll get it to Rodriguez in the front row, partially blocked. Hobbs stays in system. Nice job. Mitchell sends it up, and then Cunningham will send it over. He's sent, and then Rodriguez will come over from the left hitter position and kill it down. That's her third kill, and it breaks the Hobbs run. So that'll be 12 serving 13 with Astorga on to serve. These two teams have been back and forth all three sets. Tied at one set apiece. And to Cunningham, and she'll kill that one down through Wadden and Astorga. Kendall now with 11 kills, 14-12. Hobbs back in the lead, and Miller back to serve. Sidewinder over. That Bowling makes first contact on. Strickland on the dig to Porter, and then Jayla David sends it over, partially blocked. And then over to Bowling. She'll send one back, and Strickland lays out, and kind of her and Miller kind of getting each other's way. So the point goes to Lubbock High, and they will get the service back. 14-13. That'll be Wadden to serve. Strickland first contact to the front row with Porter, and then Cunningham sends it over. Then the free ball over. Strickland first contact to Porter to David, and she'll kill it down. So Jayla continuing her great run. 13 kills now through 2+ sets, and 15-13. Hobbs in the lead. And Cunningham back to serve for the Lady Eagles. And that one a net serve, but it goes up and over, and so Kendall will get the ace. Not really any way you can practice for those. When they hit the net, they do squirrely things. So now a 3-point Hobbs lead, 16 serving 13. Cunningham sends that one over as Valdez on the first touch. Over to Schleppler, and she will try and kill it, but right into the net. So now 17-13 for Hobbs. Oh, nope, they changed it. So give it to net violation, I guess, on the Lady Eagles. So Valdez to serve. Strickland with first contact. And then just sending it over. It'll be Dunlap, but it'll be out. Again, unforced errors both ways. have kept either team from really getting in an offensive groove. So now it'll be 15 serving 16 with Valdez. She'll send that one over, and Dunlap gets it right over, but right into the middle and into the waiting boom of Lily Diaz. And just like that, we are tied once again at 16 all. So a soft one, and that one will be in the net. So again, the unforced errors keeping either team from really being able to get any kind of consistent rhythm moving. So Camry Bennett on to serve with Hobbs leading 17-16. See if Camry can settle things down for the Lady Eagle O. And the set over. Trying to get it to Diaz, and Mitchell will make first contact, and then it's just a wild scramble. Finally, Dunlap will send it back over. They'll send it into the front and over to the far side, and a kill by Schleppler. Tied again at 17 apiece. The back and forth affair continues with Emma Bowling now serving for the Lady Westerners. Neither team able to really differentiate themselves at all through the first 2+. And that one just a free ball over by Anaya Vaughn, and over. Schleppler just pushes it through. Then Mitchell will send it to Dunlap. She'll send it over, dug out by Castahea. And a free ball over for Lubbock High. Cunningham sets into the middle for David. David puts a sidewinder down, and it'll be a point for Lubbock High and a net violation for Hobbs. So Lubbock High will retake the lead, 18-17. A little bit of a confusion over who touched that one. So Hobbs just going to have to send the free ball over with Bennett. They'll set that one into the middle for Diaz, and she will send it long. So tied up at 18 all. With Zayla Mitchell back on the service as Bella Miller comes in. Jayla David going to take a quick timeout. So 18 all with Mitchell to serve. She'll send that one over, and that'll be an ace. No, they're going to say it's just long. I thought that one had snuck in, but the back line judge disagreed. It's now 19-18. As Canano to serve once again. She's been the most consistent server for Lubbock High through 2+ sets. Canono sends it over, then to Mitchell, who will send the free ball over. They'll set that into the middle. Mitchell gets a hand on it. Vaughn will send it back in, then the free ball over for Bennett. Setting it into the middle for Diaz, and she'll put it down and off the hands of Cunningham. And another kill for Diaz. And now 20-18 in favor of the Lady Westerners. Canono sends that one over. Bennett first contact to the front row. Then the attempted block, and pushing it through is Dunlap. So Hobbs pulls back to within one as Kenzie Porter, the senior, will serve it back the other way. Hobbs trailing by one, 19 serving 20, late in set number 3. Over to the front row to Diaz. And Porter sets it, and then the kill down by Cunningham. Ties this one up at 20 apiece. So 20 all late in the third set. Each team tied at 1 set apiece. Valdez to the front row, and a whistle. And we're going to have 2 hits on Lubbock High, so the unforced error keeps it with the Lady Eagles. Trying to get this one late. As Juan just a little pushover, and she'll have her 7th kill. And tied at 21 apiece. As Diaz will go back to serve for Lubbock High, 21 all. Cunningham, first contact to Porter. And then to Bella Miller, who sends a soft kill to the floor. That'll be her 4th kill of the match. And Jalen Strickland on to serve. Jalen has probably been the most consistent of Hobbs' servers. And I say that, and I shouldn't have said anything. The curse of the announcer bites again. And now it is 22-all. As Astorga on to serve it up for the Lady Westerners. Back and forth here in set number 3. It's really been that way pretty much in the first couple sets. Difference in this one is neither team's been able to really get anything consistent going, as Miller will push it over into the front row with Bowling. Now the set, and then just a little pushover that is somehow made over. That one cleared the net by I don't know how much by Kenzie Porter. So Porter catches them by surprise and gives Hobbs the 23-22 lead. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Lessman. Of course, game 1 of our Hobbs Lady Eagle doubleheader here this afternoon. As at 3 o'clock this afternoon, we'll have the Hobbs Lady Eagle soccer squad taking on Clovis, assuming we get this one over by 3 o'clock. This match is when you have a lot of points scored and it is not a lot of flow, and it's kind of been herky-jerky and kind of slow in a lot of ways. And both teams using all their timeouts and taking advantage of everything that they've got. It really slows the match down as at 1 o'clock. Normally when you have a volleyball match scheduled to start at 11, you're done by 1, but we're not even done with set 3 yet, and we will have at least a 4th set. Hobbs leading this one 23-22. Dawn Morgan on assignment this afternoon. I'm TJ Miracle, Jonathan Allen running camera. Big thanks to all of those great sponsors you see at the bottom of your screen. As Bella Miller on to serve, Hobbs leading 23-22. Beller will put it over. And that one close, almost a net set. Strickland hits it over. David hammers it home and gets another kill to her credit. So now it will be set point for the Lady Eagles. Trying to go up 2-1 against the Lubbock High Lady Westerners. Miller sends it over. And the setup to Bowling, and she'll send one down. Hobbs first contact, then pushed over, and the kill down by Kenzie Porter, and Hobbs will win this one 25-22. And we will go to set number 4 right after this as Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball continues on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Eagle 100.5 Facebook page. Back here at Tasker Arena, getting ready for set number 4. Hobbs winning set number 3, 25-22, to take the 2-1 lead, and they would like to make it a 3-1 victory if they could here this afternoon. Of course, Lubbock High going to do what they can to keep that from happening. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan on assignment this afternoon at the Family Fair. Jonathan Allen running our camera fantastically as always. So Hobbs will have the serve to start set number 4, and Strickland on the service. They'll come in, and the first one is up, first touch, and then they'll get it over. Bowling tries to push it over and pushes it into the net. And so Hobbs with the early 1-0 lead. And Strickland to continue to serve. See if neither team is able to really get a lot of rhythm going at all in this match. They'll move that one over. Partial block at the net. Cunningham pulls it off the net, and then it'll come back to Kendall, and she'll send a kill down. Cunningham with her 13th kill of the match. And Hobbs now up 2-0 here early in set number 4. It's win or go home for Lubbock. Checking in will be Addison Moser. And she'll come in for Taylor Wadden for Lubbock. Strickland sends a sidewinder over, hits the top of the net. Lubbock will manage to send it back over with Moser. Strickland with first contact to the net and then sent back over by Bella Miller. They'll push it over, and that one going to be wide as too much on it for Bowling. And Hobbs with the early 3-0 lead. Strickland continues on the serve. And if you're Hobbs, this is pretty much how you would have thought about drawing it up. Mosier will push it over as Mitchell sets and then sent over by Cunningham. And just kind of a lackadaisical hit by Canono, and it goes up into the rafters and nobody able to get to it. And so Hobbs on the 4-0 run here to start this 4th set as Coach Lessman will take a quick timeout. While we've got a moment, big thanks to all the great sponsors who make Hobbs Eagle and Lady Eagle Sports possible on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. You see them all there at the bottom of your screen. It's because of those folks that we don't have to beg you for donations like some of our broadcast colleagues do. We don't have to charge you like some of our broadcast colleagues do. We don't believe that you should be charged if you have sponsors to watch your kids and your teams play, and it's because of those great folks that we don't even have to consider it. So just take a look at those sponsors there at the bottom of the screen and be sure you thank them for bringing the Eagles and Lady Eagles to you, and be sure you thank them too, even more importantly, with your business. So Hobbs off to a 4-0 run and a quick timeout for Coach Lessman. As the Lady Eagles have come out looking like, okay, maybe we've goofed around enough through 3 sets. Let's go ahead and just see if we can send Lubbock back up to the South Plains as quickly as possible. So Strickland will send that one over. First contact by Canono, then to the front. Bowling will send that one over, and it is out. As Hobbs continues on their run, a 5-0 run to start set number 4. And Strickland serving extremely well to start this set. That one a little bit softer over Canono with first contact, then just a pushover that Mitchell gets to first. Then to Porter, and then Cunningham tries to slam it down, but dug out by Astorga. Boland sends it back over. Hobbs will make contact, then Mitchell to Cunningham, and Cunningham will send one over, and somehow Lubbock manages to keep it alive, but can't get it back over with a diving Mosier. And Hobbs now on a 6-0 run. But no lead is safe as that one into the net by Strickland. But a 6-0 run to start things off. I think if you're Coach Stockton Gonzalez, you don't have a problem with that one at all. So Mosier on to serve. Her first serve and almost gets an ace. Somehow it'll be saved as Zayla will send it all the way up into the rafters, and they call Net violation on the Eagles. That one hit the top of the net and just died. Hobbs a bad scramble just to try and keep it alive. Mosier, good serve, sends it over. And then just a little pop over by Miller. Now they'll try and set it. And trying to kill it down is Bowling. And it's high up and free ball over by the Lady Eagles and Cunningham. And into the middle, Rodriguez. And it's just going to be set by Mitchell, and then the attempted kill by Cunningham, and she'll get it. So 7-2, and give Hobbs back the serve. As Bella Miller back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Up by 5. And then over Bowling will send it softly. In the set, and then a quick block back up and over by Rodriguez. Her 4th kill of the match. And Valdez on to serve for Lubbock. Trying to claw back into this one after initially trailing 6-0. First contact, and then it'll be Jayla David with another kill right in the middle. Jayla with 15 kills. She and Cunningham each with 15 in the match. Checking in for Hobbs will be Brianna Dunlap. Cunningham back to serve, 8-3. Hobbs in the lead. Kendall the jump serve as Storgus sets it to Diaz. She'll put it over through the block. Set by Cunningham. And then over Dunlap, sends it free. This is Astorga to Bolin. Bolin will send it over, and Mitchell gets to it, but it'll go out. So 8-4, and then back over on the service with Bolin to Lubbock High. 4 serving 8. First contact by Dunlap. They'll set it into the middle for Jayla. David slams it home. It's dug out by Valdez, and then over. Sent softly by Lubbock. And then the partial block at the net by Diaz. As Strickland will send the free ball back over. Now to the middle with Diaz. She'll push it down. Cunningham will get to it. Running and trying to get to it. Nothing that Mitchell can do about it. That one hit kind of in no woman's land. And Lubbock High has got it back to within 2, 8-6. So a 4-2 run for Lubbock, and then that one goes long and out. So an unforced error gives Hobbs the point and the serve back. In to serve is Camry Bennett. Anaya Vaughn also checking back in. She comes in for Jalen Strickland. So Bennett to serve, 9 serving 6. Get that corrected. There we go. That one a dying quail over, dug out by Diaz and then sent over by Taylor. Mitchell has to dive out to get that one. Then a free ball sent over by Cunningham. Set up, going to the 10-foot line, Taylor, and that one is going to be way too long. And Hobbs back up by 4. 10-6 here in set number 4. It's win or go home for Lubbock. And timeout on the floor as Coach Lessman will take his second and final timeout of this 4th set. Hobbs up by 4. We're back in 30 seconds. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a moment. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Volleyball from Tasker Arena on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel at HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, Jonathan Allen running camera this afternoon. Dawn Morgan is on assignment at the Family Fair. Game 1 of our Lady Eagles doubleheader today. volleyball now. We will have soccer for you coming up in just a little while, about 3 o'clock from Watson Stadium. So Bennett continues to serve. Out of the timeout, Diaz with first contact. Then they'll get it back, and a whistle sounds, and we've got, they lifted it up instead of setting it. So another unforced error for Lubbock. And the Lady Eagles now back up by 5. At one point, we're up by 6. Neither team has been up by more than 6 in this match. A soft one over, and then Jayla David just turns around and swats it over. Somehow Lubbock gets to it and tries to save it. They tried a little bit of delayed reaction, and Jayla just sent it right back over and said, all right, I can do that too. And I can do it where nobody is, and she did. Doesn't get a kill for it, but it is a great play. Now 12-6, Hobbs doubling up. And over to Diaz, sends it right along the net line. And setting it over for Brianna Dunlap, and she'll send that one long. So now Lubbock High going to try and claw their way back into this one again. They were down 6-0 and then got it to 8-6. And then Hobbs went on another run, now leads 12-7. As Kanono serves it. Setting it up over to David. David kills it down. Nothing Kanono can do about that one. When Jayla gets on a roll, she is one of the best hitters in the state. So Zayla Mitchell on to serve, 13 serving 7. Hobbs back up by 6. As we've got a question, I think, about rotation here. Is the official on this near side at the scorer's table. Hobbs leading this one 13-7 and leading 2-1. Trying to win this one to get back to 500 on the season. They are 6-7, trying to get to 7-7. So now we're back to it as Mitchell to serve it up. Sends a soft one over. Kanono makes first contact on the dive to Diaz. Blocked at the net, but not good enough as Diaz will have another kill. That's her 11th kill of the match. And Lubbock High not going to go away. So Diaz to serve for the Lady Westerners. Mitchell first touch. And sending the free ball over is Bennett. And a whistle sounds as that one goes into the net. So Hobbs up 14-8 in the middle portion of this fourth set, and what Hobbs hopes is the fourth and final set. So Porter to serve, sends that one over. Barely clears the net. Nice serve. Rodriguez with the free ball over. Mitchell off of the first touch by Bennett. Then the free ball over by Porter. And trying to get it over, just a little touch. And a close one, net set. And the kill right in the middle for Rodriguez. 14-9, and the serve back to Lubbock High. As Astorga to serve. Hobbs up by 5. And leading 2-1. First touch by Cunningham. Then Devon, and then the free ball going to be put over by Bennett. And that one going to be very close, and a whistle sounds and a net violation for Lubbock High. So now 15-9. As Strickland and Palacios check back in for the Lady Eagles. For Vaughn and Bennett, it'll be Strickland to serve. Strickland sends the sidewinder over. And the touch by Porter to Mitchell to Cunningham, but Kendall just off a little bit on that one. And drives it into the net. So now it'll be 10 serving 15. As Schleppler comes back in for Lubbock High, goes in for Astorga, or pardon me, for Kanono. And that one might have gone long, but Strickland got a hand on it just to make sure. It'll come over as Miller sends it back over. Then Valdez. First touch to the net and then over, and the kill on the far side. Nice job by the Lady Eagles, and Madison Palacios will have her first kill of the match. And 16-10 in favor of the Lady Eagles, back up by 6, and Miller to serve. Miller the jump serve, and that one goes long as two Lubbock High Lady Westerners collide. So the service error for Miller. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Valdez, who's had a good match, serves. Miller, then the set to Jayla David, has to kind of arch back to get that one to it. In the middle to Diaz, and that one is long. So now 17-11. Hobbs is pretty much, since the Lubbock High got it back to within 2, has pretty much stretched it out and kept it right at 5-6. So Cunningham to serve. Trying to put this one completely out of reach. And that one will just barely clear the net. That'll be Kendall's second ace of the match. And make this one 18-11. Hobbs has had 4 service aces, 2 of them from Kendall. Not a lot of aces for either team in this match. I've only got, 2 for Lubbock High. Cunningham will serve that one up. Second touch by Bowling, and then the free ball back over. Cunningham will set it for David. David tries to slam it home. It'll be dug out. Then over to Bowling, just a soft one. Cunningham digs it, and then Strickland sends a free ball back over. Astorga sets it. Bowling pushes over. Mitchell, nice volley as they try and get it over. And Palacios, she'll get the kill as a nice hit there for Madison, her second kill. And Hobbs now up by 8, 19-11. Is worth noting Lubbock High is out of timeouts. So no way they can take a timeout to try and stop this one. Coach Lessman took them early. As Cunningham back to serve once again. And sends that one over and out. A service error keeps Lubbock High in this one. 12 to serve 19. And that one will go back into the training room. Bowling goes and gets that one collected from one of the staff members who went in to get that one back. As Bowling will serve it up. Miller first touch, but it'll be an ace for Bowling. And cuts it back to a 6-point lead here in set number 4. Lubbock High going to do everything they can to try and force set number 5. Bowling, one of the better servers for this Lubbock High team. 13 serving 19. First touch by Dunlap, then to the front row as David tries to send it up, but it was a little bit close to that. Not really anything she could do about it. And so Lubbock High still in this one. Now back to within 5, 19-14. Bowling up and over. Dunlap first contact sent by Cunningham. Back to Dunlap. She'll send it over. And Valdez with second touch. And pushed up right towards the net. And just pushed over by Mitchell. Hobbs going to scramble to try and get back into system. Mitchell will touch that one. It'll rattle around in the rafters and hit the roof. But not much you can do as Diaz slammed that one home. She's not going to get the kill on it, but she might as well have. I don't know how Mitchell got a piece of that one to begin with, but now it's back to a 4-point Hobbs lead, 19-15. First touch by Strickland. Into David, and David will hammer that one home. Lubbock High manages to get 2 touches on it, but not much you can do when Jayla slams them down like that, and that'll make it 20-15 in favor of the Lady Eagles and give them the serve back. Here late in the 4th set. Hobbs trying to win and improve to 700. They win this set, they will improve to 500 at 7-7. There we go. Camry Bennett on to serve. Hobbs up 20-15. Bennett will send that one over but out. Lubbock High back to within 4. And Konono to serve, and she has been the most consistent server this afternoon for the Lady Westerners. First touch by Mitchell, sent by Cunningham, and then to David from about the 10-foot line. Getting to it is Mitchell on the free ball back over. Then to Anaya Vaughn, but sends it wide. Lubbock High closes to within 3. Really, in the 4 sets we've played, nobody's ever been up by more than 8. Konono gets it back to within 3, and that one will be a free ball over. And Valdez, and then a push over and a kill going to be credited for Addison Mosier. And timeout going to be taken by Coach Stockton Gonzalez, as she doesn't want to see this one slip away from her. We are late in the 4th set. Lubbock High trying to mount a comeback. Down at one point by as many as 8, now trailing by 2. Hobbs 20, Lubbock High 18. We'll be back shortly. More Lady Eagle Volleyball here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Tasker Arena out of the Lady Eagles timeout. Lubbock High furiously trying to mount a comeback, then force a 5th set. Konono sends it over, sent by Cunningham over to Jayla David. She'll hammer it down, somehow dug out by Valdez. Then they'll get it to Diaz. She'll send a soft one over, and Mitchell on 3rd touch will somehow get it back over. A set for bowling. Nope, she'll just push it back over. Now they're going to try and set it up, and a block right at the net. David to it, sends it down. Somehow Konono will get to it, but not able to get over it, is just sending it up as both teams out of system and just kind of a mad scramble. So Hobbs will get the serve back and get it to 21-18, and Zayla Mitchell on to serve this one, as Hobbs trying to put a game Lady Westerners team on ice here this afternoon. Zayla with the jump serve. And then over to Diaz. Mitchell lays out and gets first contact. Cunningham will set it. Then over to Dunlap, who will hammer it home, but somehow saved. Then the free ball back over. Dunlap to Cunningham into the middle and put down by Kenzie Porter. Or pardon me, that was Bella Miller, her 5th kill. And Hobbs now up 22-18. That 2 and that 3 sometimes look a little similar. As that one going to be sent over, a soft one, laying out, getting to it as Diaz right in the middle. They set it up right in her wheelhouse. And Lily Diaz, the senior middle hitter, does what she does. And that's her 12th kill of the match. And then she'll go back to serve, 19 serving 22. Diaz up and over. First touch by Miller. They'll get it into the middle. Just a soft one over by Miller. And then Diaz into the net. So another unforced error. And the Hobbs Lady Eagles are 2 away from claiming the victory. Kenzie Porter will check in for the serve. Cunningham, Vaughn. Miller up front. And the jump serve up and over by Porter. Then to Rodriguez. Mitchell sets it across the court, and Cunningham will send it over. Valdez with first touch. Into Mosier. And a long pushover, and whoa, Valdez gets to that one. That probably is out. So Hobbs gets a break and gets another chance here. They'll get it to Cunningham. Cunningham into the net, and it'll be killed in the middle by Rodriguez. Hobbs out of position, so now 23-19. Lubbock High not going away as Astorga checks back in. For Taylor to serve, 20 serving 23. And the left-handed serve. First touch for the Lady Eagles, then to Cunningham, blocked at the net. Nope, she gets the kill. Cunningham, her 16th kill, and so now it will be set point, match point for the Lady Eagles with Jalen Strickland trying to end this one for Hobbs. 24 serving 20. Strickland trying to get Hobbs back to 500 on the season. Strickland will send that one over, and it is in, and the ace for Jalen Strickland ends this one 25-20 in favor of the Hobbs Lady Eagles as they win the match 3-1. And will improve to 7-7 on the year. Will drop Lubbock High to 7-21 on the season. Kendall Cunningham and Jayla David each with 16 kills in the match. Zayla Mitchell with 3 kills. Kenzie Porter with a couple of kills. Bella Miller 5 kills and an ace. Madison Palacios a couple of kills. David, in addition to the 16 kills, also with a block. Brianna Dunlap with 4 kills and an ace. Jalen Strickland an ace and a big one that ended that one. Cunningham, in addition to the 16 kills, also a couple aces, and Anaya Vaughn with a block in the game. So next up for the Lady Eagles, they will hit the road on Tuesday to Lovington to take on the Lovington Lady Wildcats. We'll have that for you here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel on Tuesday night at approximately 6 o'clock. Dawn Morgan, myself, will have that for you. So appreciate you being with us today as Hobbs victorious 3-1. It improves to 7-7 on the season. For Dawn Morgan on assignment today, for Jonathan Allen running our camera, doing a great job as always. For Evie Stuber, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long, and see you here in just a little while over at Watson Stadium as we've got the Lady Eagles soccer match for you. Lady Eagles doubleheader will continue in just a while here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. See you in a few minutes.